Hello. Today's subject is the shock of the cross. We might be surprised that Jesus tore into Peter verbally, as today's reading describes. And to see why this was such a shock, we only need to look back at the previous verse. Jesus had been talking with his disciples about what people were saying about him. Some thought he was John the Baptist reincarnated. Others thought he was a prophet. And then Jesus turns it around and he says, yeah, but what about you? Who do you think that I am? And Peter, it seems, without a moment's hesitation, says, well, you're the Messiah. And instantly, Jesus warns them not to tell anyone. Now, it was that brief chat which prompted Jesus to reveal to his friends the next step in God's plan for him. I'm going to die, and 3 days later, I'm going to come back to life, he said. And comparing this with the straightforward sanity of the previous verse, it really is a shock. Okay, Jesus has said unusual things in the past, but this exhibits a whole new level of craziness. And I can well imagine Peter taking Jesus on one side and saying, oh, come on, Jesus, that's not going to happen to you. Are you all right? A suffering Messiah? Unthinkable. A resurrected body? That's just nuts. Now, we know that Peter was often the spokesperson for the rest of the disciple group. And maybe knowing glances had passed between them when they heard Jesus talking like this. And that would explain a little comment which Mark makes and we often overlook. Jesus looked at the disciples and he rebuked Peter. This was a very public ticking off, and it included all of them. Get behind me, Satan, said Jesus. And that phrase carries the idea of, get out of my sight, Satan. And why? Well, I think Jesus saw an uncomfortable force at work in Peter. A force that can affect any of us. That Peter's priorities were misplaced. You don't have in mind the things of God, said Jesus, only the things of man. You see, when we leave God out of the equation, we miss out on one of his greatest blessings in life, his plan. His plan for our choices, for our family, for our money, for our relationships. And ultimately, that deep sense that whatever life throws at us, he is with us. May you know him alongside you at every turn of today. God bless you.